bounce-back rally on Tuesday sent U.S. stocks soaring, with the Dow gaining 2.5%, the S&P 500 climbing nearly 3%, and the Nasdaq rising more than 3.8%. All three indexes had their biggest daily percentage gains since May 12th of last year. Wall Street's rebound followed unconfirmed media reports that Iran's president said the country was ready to end the war, assuming some guarantees were put into place. Tuesday's stock buying was kickstarted by a Wall Street Journal report a day earlier that said U.S. President Donald Trump told aides he was willing to end the military campaign against Iran, even if the Strait of Hormuz remained largely closed. Brian Mulberry is chief market strategist at Zacks Investment Management.
It seems that the administration might be satisfied with what they've done in the conflict and be willing to let it go and let the neighboring nations kind of figure out what happens with the strait going forward. That's allowed equity markets to recover, breathe a sigh of relief, and that the worst case scenario is not going to happen, which would be that this is an ongoing conflict with boots on the ground, if you will, all the way through the summer months. So it seems like that really worst case scenario has backed off the table, and this is the relief rally that we get from it.
The month-long conflict has left the S&P 500 and the Dow with their deepest quarterly decline since 2022, as investors worried that a wave of higher fuel costs could hurt demand for goods and services. Oil prices settled lower on Tuesday. Among the day's stock gains, America's most valuable company soared, with NVIDIA adding more than 5.5%, Alphabet climbing over 5%, and Meta Platforms gaining more than 6.5%. Shares of Marvell Technology surged nearly 13% after NVIDIA invested $2 billion in the firm. Sticking with tech, shares of CoreWeave rallied 12% after the cloud computing company secured an $8.5 billion loan to expand AI infrastructure. Bucking the day's rally, shares of nuclear power producer Constellation Energy dropped 6.5% after the company forecast 2026 profit below Wall Street expectations and said it's planning to spend nearly $4 billion to meet growing demand for clean electricity.